all crews now lining up. So thanks a million to David Hussey there, who joined me for a good few races. Enjoy. You're finished your racing now, so enjoy the afternoon. So here we can see the start list of the final race, the final A final of the mixed double sculls. 18 crews lining up. This, no doubt, is going to be a very exciting race here as well. We have a lot of returners from last year. We can see there in the middle of the field, Claire Jemison and Charles Cousins. They were third last year. The French crew, France 04, finishing second. We don't have the world champions from last year. That was Ireland, Monica Dukarshka and Ronan Byrne. They didn't come to compete this year, but Monica won the women's solo earlier on. So a couple of minutes now away from the start of this race. And I am delighted to be joined here, final guest of the day. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. I believe you're involved in running this whole event.
I am. I am part of the organizing committee. My name is Margarita Braga, and I'm officially the beach master, but I'm now known as the beach boss.
Beach boss, and here you are going to be bossing it on in the commentary box up here as well.
Yep, taking a break from down on the beach, and I'm happy to be here with you.
Excellent. So how has it been for you, particularly today now, particularly with the A finals? How has everything gone?
It's gone really well. It's it's been a few days of just training and getting to know the teams coming on and off the water each and every day. And so a little bit of a pivot in the schedule that we had to make due to the weather upcoming tomorrow. But really excited to see the crews continuing to, keep really positive vibes, helping each other out, and just having a lot of fun on the beach.
I feel like there's a lot of fun. Like, we can hear the music pumping, we can hear everyone having fun. So it's such always a great atmosphere at the Coastal Rowing Championships and the Beach Prince, which we will see next weekend. So just about over a minute to go to the start, the final of the mixed double sculls, the final A final of the day. Conditions pretty similar here now. Definitely, like, the sky is covered in clouds now at this point, so it's definitely gotten a bit cooler, but we still have that wind blowing onto us. At the moment, we have the 18 crews lining up. Everyone seems to have their space.
Yep.
What have you thought? Have you watched many of the starts today?
Well, I've been down on the beach permanently day after day, so I haven't necessarily seen this aerial view. I've seen the lateral view, and so it is an interesting perspective to finally see it on a screen. I know it is kind of, I think, complicated and can almost be overwhelming for the rowers, because there isn't necessarily a line. So you're dealing with waves. You're dealing with maybe oars getting a little too close to each other with the folks right beside you. So a lot going on.
There is absolutely a lot going on, and you can see some crews having to back up there away from the start line. We were speaking about in the last race, the men's quad, Spain 05, they were right up on the line. We weren't sure if they crossed it or not, but it served them well because they got out ahead into that leading pack. So we can see a few of the boats getting quite close here now. We're into the final minute, so just one ball left there on the boat. So everyone gearing up, and here
we go.
They go. There was no time wasted there from those crews. So, looking across the field, I think everyone is off pretty clean. No stoppages, no clashes right now, but obviously that can change.
Yep, definitely.
So a few crews that we are going to be watching here. We saw the heats earlier. Definitely New Zealand 1 and 2. We had such a great time commentating on them. New Zealand 01, Matthew Dunham and Jackie Kittle, they finished second to New Zealand 02, Joseph Sullivan, the Olympian, and Kristen Frode, who won their heat. So they're going to be looking to get up on the podium here today.
Oh, interesting. You can see some crews already getting in front of other ones.
Yeah, and we've actually seen the last few races here that those leading boats seem to be over on the right-hand side of the picture as we are looking at them. It's been very interesting to see. They seem to, I'm not sure, they've obviously been watching the races and have picked their line, and so they're starting on that outside line.
They've been studying the course.
Exactly,
Yep.
exactly.
That's very, very smart, yep.
So it looks like it is Monaco 01 who are off to that flyer of a start ahead of New Zealand 1. Amazing pictures here. Ukraine 1 there. I'm sure they have a lot of motivation after seeing the men's quad win the last race there. Then Italy 02 back in fourth. But definitely Monaco here looking very strong as they pull out into the lead of this race.
Yeah. And very interesting that some of the boats in third, it seems, Ukraine is almost in the wake of Monaco, but still going very, very strong.
Yeah, we spoke about that, how like you don't necessarily want to be behind. You want to be in the leading pack because otherwise you're getting caught in the mess from other boats. But it doesn't seem to be slowing down these crews too much at the moment. So we have Quentin Antognelli and Umbra Shivarni Gaia of Monaco 1 there in the lead. Ukraine moving up into second, but if you watch over the right-hand side of the course, you can see the big wash here happening, and it is Ukraine getting caught up in that. That is allowing New Zealand 1, which is Matthew Dunham and Jackie Kittle, to move themselves into that second position.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at this here now. We're seeing that wash. We're seeing that big bounce here. Monaco 1 though, rating 38 strokes per minute. They have not slowed down one
That
bit
is
since the start.
quite aggressive. Yep.
Yeah, it's still early stage in this race. I'm not sure will they be able to maintain that all the way around.
Definitely.
So back and forth here between New Zealand 01 and Ukraine 01. Italy 02, then that is Annalisa Cozzernini. So much experience from her over the last few years in coastal rowing. She is joined by Andrea Serafino. They're currently in fourth, but still very much in touching distance of podium position at this stage. Then two Spanish crews along with New Zealand 02. That is Joseph Sullivan and Kristen Frode. But looking here now, New Zealand 01 here, Jackie and Matt looking very strong here, currently in third position, but right up alongside Ukraine.
Yeah, and there seems to be quite a fight for that kind of fifth, fourth position. The places keep bouncing up and down.
It does
So quite a tight race here. You can see three crews neck to neck.
Now we're starting to approach. We're about 300 or so meters off that first marker. So people are going to have to start looking over their shoulders, picking their line, because it's going to look, as you said, it's very tight there in that kind of third, fourth, fifth, even sixth positions there at the moment. Monaco just doing all they can to stay ahead at this stage of the race, and they're doing a pretty good job of it.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, looks like New Zealand were...
Oh, that's a great shot of them right here.
So smooth. Because you often see in these conditions, you know, it's hard to row as smooth as this, but looking super here, so experienced. So that is 1K done of this 4-kilometer race. Then we have, I think New Zealand have dropped off the GPS, but they are still in the leading pack. New Zealand 01. And Ukraine are still holding on to second position. Things swapping around here. Great Britain, so that is Charles Cousins and Claire Jemison now moving in towards those leading boats as well. They're medalists from last year, finishing third. They're still within touching distance here now as well. So weather conditions, it's obviously gotten a bit cooler in the last few hours.
Yeah, it was pretty, I would say, calm this morning relative to the last couple days of training and the races that we started earlier. But I've seen a little bit of a pickup in the waves this afternoon, but definitely not stopping our crews that are out there right now.
Absolutely not. They're just coming up to that first turning marker now. It's getting very tight here now, up in that leading pack. Ukraine, Italy too have moved up here as well. Monaco falling back, so I'm not sure did they go off too hard here. They're just moving back down the field a little bit.
Yeah.
So just having a look there, our GPS keeps kind of moving around the place.
Yeah.
It's Monaco from Ukraine. New Zealand 1 are still in that leading pack as well. Italy 2 are there. Back and forth here now with every stroke, positions are changing.
Yeah, and it was kind of interesting to see a couple crews take that turn maybe a little too tight and clip their oars on that buoy, which definitely you want to keep a tight line, but you don't want to hit the buoy and slow you right down, and just also mentally get you out of your rhythm. And especially when you're in a double and you're wanting to stay synchronized with your partner.
Absolutely, because you get nearly a bit of a shock if you do hit it, when it kind of
Yeah.
comes out of nowhere.
Yeah,
We're looking
exactly.
down at the New Zealand crew here, Jackie Kittle and Matthew Dunham. They've moved themselves back into second position now ahead of Ukraine. Jackie finished 4th at the Olympics this year in the lightweight women's double. Here she is in the coastal boat. She won the beach sprints last year here with Matt, this crew, in the mixed double. So we'll be seeing them racing again next weekend here in Genoa. They're holding on to second now, starting to move away a little bit from Ukraine, who are back in third. And then it looks like it is Italy 2 in 4th position, but they're in actually a really good position. Ukraine and New Zealand seem to be coming up on top of each other here now. Not sure if that was a mistake by someone, but they don't want to. What we saw in the last race, there was so much clashing went on, and people missed out on medals because of it.
I heard the aftermath of that on the beach as the boats were coming back in.
Yeah,
so
sure, there was a few people not too happy with that, but that's what happens in this sport, unfortunately.
And it's interesting when you can, when you know a few languages, and can get the inside scoop of what they're saying in
So in
their own languages. Yeah, definitely.
So things changing slightly here again. It is still Monaco holding on to the lead. They're after having a super first quarter of this race at this stage. Ukraine now after moving up into second, just ahead of New Zealand. They're currently in third. Italy 2 then are in that 4th position, so they keep going back and forth between 3rd and 4th. Great Britain then, Charles Cousins and Claire Jemison still in that 5th position. New Zealand 2, Joseph Sullivan and Kristen Fode. I suppose we may have thought they would have been up closer to New Zealand 1 after having a blistering heat earlier on, but they're still in 6th position, and there's not a huge amount of distance at the moment between those kind of top 6, 7, 8 boats. So Monaco still going 37 strokes per minute. They have not let it go.
Not slowed down. No, definitely.
So here we go, second turning marker. This is always interesting. So Ukraine on the inside line, New Zealand having to go around the outside. Ukraine have come to a complete dead stop here.
Oh no, they don't want to create a collision there.
Ukraine look like they're out. I can only see 3
Maybe.
oars in that boat.
Oh shoot. No.
So Ukraine, so unfortunate. Looks like they lost an oar in that stage up to the second turning marker. That is so unfortunate. And we're seeing another collision
A little bit of a
here
collision
now.
there, yep.
This is what happens in the finals when racing gets really, really close. So what has happened now is Italy 2 have moved up into second position. Oh, disaster for Ukraine. It actually looks like the blade is completely gone
I see the
off
shaft, but I don't see the
oar.
Yeah.
Oh, so unfortunate for Ukraine there. But let's go back to the action. We're well over halfway now in this 4-kilometer race. Monaco still keeping that speed up, keeping that rate up. Italy too have seen an opportunity though, and they have moved themselves into second position. New Zealand though right up alongside them. So this is going to be another battle to watch, because the closer you are to someone here, which we can see between New Zealand and Italy, the more danger there is at the turns.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking at the bow man or woman and just seeing how much and how often they look over their shoulders, because definitely you want to have a better line and know where you are against your competitors, but that can also slow you down and get you out of focus. So it's interesting to see the tactics that these crews are doing.
Yeah, we can see actually today they're doing an awful lot of looking around, but I think they have to, because just the way the water is at the moment, the bow just keeps getting pushed in different directions, so you can be thrown off course so easily.
Yeah, definitely.
So top 3 crews here now. Beautiful scenes with the big ship in the background here. Monaco still leading it out, but Italy 2 and New Zealand, oh, this is going to be close. They're up on top of each other.
And the interesting part of this race, versus traditional head races, when you're about to pass someone, the passing boat has to actually go around the other person. No one has to give way. So it's
New Zealand getting stuck up on that turn. It has allowed Italy 2 to move up, but they're coming straight into the side of Monaco.
And they've hit Monaco's strokes, oars.
New Zealand are coming. New Zealand are moving back in. We knew that was going to be close, and you had just said about how close they come into each other around the turns. And yes, this is the problem. You can very easily cause interference and slow yourselves down.
Yeah, it did seem that New Zealand was making a pretty aggressive push there when they were right behind Monaco. So that collision between Italy and Monaco has given New Zealand a second chance, but here they go. They're on top of each other. Maybe we should stop talking. We're jinxing it as it goes. But this is really interesting to watch.
Oh, this is exciting. This is what we love about coastal rowing. So New Zealand have put themselves back into second position now, ahead of Italy 2. But I feel like the fun is not over yet, because we have a lot of turning markers to get around here to the finish line. We have about 1,200 meters to go or so. But great races back the field here now as well. Great Britain still holding on to 5th. New Zealand 2 in that 6th position. We have France 04, Sweden 01. The Bergs there of Sweden. Spain 02. They're all coming in on top of each other there around those markers. So it's up to Monaco now. They've held that lead for the whole race so far, so it's up to them not to lose it. I wonder if their stroke rate is still up as much as it was.
I mean, at this point it must be pure adrenaline, and they have to hang on for another kilometer.
Yes, we can see actually there was a picture of Charles Cousins and Claire Jemison of Great Britain starting to put on a bit of a push here now. They've upped their rate. They're up at that 35, 36 strokes per minute. And in fact, they have moved themselves up into 4th position. Yep. They can see there is a medal contention there. They're not too far away at all from those leading boats. But this is super to see. This is going to get interesting, because we're going to come into another few markers. New Zealand coming right up alongside Monaco.
And there's some clashing of oars here.
Well, let's see what Italy 2 do here now. New Zealand taking
Here's
the
their
inside
chance,
line.
but
I think they were squeezed too much here now. Can Great Britain take advantage of this? So that was a super crash. I think we're going to see it again in slow motion here, because things keep changing. This is Monaco on the left-hand side. New Zealand coming right up onto their blades. Staying so close. Italy 2 being forced then to move outside and to stop rowing so that they avoid a collision. So at the moment it is Monaco back in the lead. They have a good line now in the run up to the next turn. New Zealand staying right up alongside them.
New Zealand is not letting go.
They are absolutely not. Nothing between them. It is going to be Monaco with a better line now. Yep. They're going nice and narrow. Italy too, though. Look at these again.
Italy is
nice
and tight. They might clip the buoy a little bit, slowing them down. So right after that touch with the buoy, you just have to get right back on your rhythm and kind of let that go and get back into it.
Absolutely. And so into the final 750 meters of this race. The last few finals have been amazing, and it's come down to the last 500 meters. Things have really changed. So let's look at where you can see New Zealand now going for it. They know they're going to have to go for it. Monaco have led it from the start. Both of them up at 37 strokes per minute now. The finish line is in sight.
Yep. And here's where you definitely want to make sure you're rowing through the finish line.
New Zealand are crossing.
I almost thought there was a bow on a stern deck there.
There absolutely was. Monaco have held them off. It is Monaco from New Zealand. Italy too, trying to take advantage now of that little clip now. So they're coming up.
There might be a collision approaching here.
I think they were actually all going wrong. That was the problem. They were all heading. They thought maybe they were going through those two boys. That has allowed New Zealand now to move into the lead. But look at this. We have Monaco, we have Spain, we have Italy too, all caught up on each other. New Zealand too as well. Oh no.
And there goes for Monaco. They're now down to 4th place.
Oh, what
that
a place
is
to
crushing
be.
after being in the lead for
That is
the majority of the race.
Unfortunate. Oh, New Zealand, they've stuck with it though. They've got themselves into the lead. Italy too, I think, are up there as well. Oh, what a disaster for Monaco.
I mean, that's the gamble that you take for being in the lead. You have no one to follow, so that was the opportunity that New Zealand had.
Absolutely. Looks like New Zealand now are heading off to the penalty box.
Interesting.
Oh, this is going to open up things massively now again. Oh, so from what I can see, it is now Italy 2 in the lead. New disaster for New Zealand. They'd got themselves into the lead, and now here they are having to stay here for a minute if it was for interference purposes. Oh, Jackie and Matt must be devastated at this point.
Yeah, that's crushing.
That
to
is
be just
crushing.
stopped there.
So things have changed massively here for the final stages of this race.
Yeah.
We have new leaders coming up to the finish line.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get a close-up of the finish line and just see how tight it's going to be in this last stretch.
Absolutely. We're waiting for confirmation of those leaders here now, but things change. It looks like I'd say Italy 2 maybe in second position. So here coming into the final stages, taking complete advantage of the carnage that happened out there. Spain, 3 came out absolutely nowhere in this race.
Where did they come from?
Look how happy they are. They actually won their heat earlier on, so I was surprised not to see them in that leading pack, but what a great race they had. Italy too held on for a second, and look at this, New Zealand too, who were nowhere near medals there for a while, have pushed themselves into bronze position. So that's Joseph Sullivan and Christian Frode. I'm sure they're happy, but probably equally devastated for New Zealand 1, who have now not even finished in the top 8 here.
And our leaders for most of the race knocked down to 7th place for Monaco 1.
I cannot believe what just happened. Those last few finals there, things changed right to the finish. Those last 500 meters, those last couple of turning points really cut out crews. As you said there, Monaco led it from the start. They dominated that race, and so unlucky to be caught up with a clash with New Zealand, who were then sent to the penalty box. They're going to be devastated to have missed out on the podium as well. But look, you can only race what's out there, and Spain 3 took advantage, came and absolutely deserved to be up on the podium.
Yeah.
Gold medal for Spain 3. That was Jackie and Matt there after coming back from their penalty box, finishing the race.
I want to take a peek out of our windows here. We have a great view of not only the course and out on the water, but of the beach. So it's when you're on the beach, you get to actually, you miss a lot of the vantage point that we have here on the screens, but you get the raw emotions of the crews as they come onto shore and, either high five their coaches or each other too. It's really cool to see all of that happen still.
It is, and there's going to be a lot of happy people, but also a lot of disappointed people, I feel, after that race. But that is the joy of this sport.
Yeah.
There's a lot of risk involved, particularly with a course like this where the turns are so tight, a lot of chicanes going on.
Yeah.
And you really just, even if you're winning like Monaco were from the very start, like you just never know what is going to happen.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of medals there that we thought were going to certain clubs today, and they were taken right out of their hands.
And
here
Spain,
is another example.
almost coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely. We weren't even talking about the
We
fall
weren't
race.
even talking. Yeah, exactly.
So that is Spain. 03 are winners of the mixed double. That is Patrico Rogas Anzar and Amanda Gil Camacho. Spain 3. And then Italy 2. They're going to be very happy with their silver medal. Annalisa Corazzini and Andrea Serafino, and then Joseph Sullivan and Kristen Frode, again another crew that took complete advantage there, but they had done so well. They'd won their heat earlier. I was surprised to see them back the field, but here they are now coming onto the podium in third position. And look, we can see Dunham and Kittle there finishing in 13th after being in contention for a gold medal. This is what happens.
Yep, and that penalty cost it all.